Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins and a lovely singer, songwriter, and the frontman of the band, the Silver Beets, all the way from Tasmania in Australia, Farnz Cordeaux. So, this is another difficult question. I know you obviously like all your songs, right?
Yep.
But you're gonna have to narrow it down.
You'd hope so.
You're gonna have to narrow it down to just two that you really like at the moment.
Yep. Off the EP.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
Yep. Well, off the EP, I really like "We All Need Hope," as I mentioned.
Yeah.
And I really like the first track on there, "Does Not Equal 10."
Yeah.
There's a personal thing about that. It's about lovers, you know, but it's about those lovers in your life that are wrong for you.
Yeah.
Where you fight, you break up, but then you get back together, and then you fight, you break up, you get back together, and it's everybody around you can tell that those songs, that the two people in this relationship are just wrong for each other, except for those two people. and up until that point where just one of them just decides, you know, that's it, I've just had enough.
Yeah.
And I've got to end it. And that's what that song's about. And
right.
People have asked me, you know, what's this whole, you know, because the hook line is 2 + 6 + 4 does not equal 10. And, you know, of course that doesn't equal 10. What are you talking about? And I'm like, well, you know, everybody talks about the perfect person and they talk about the perfect person being a 10.
Yeah.
It's like, well, in these relationships, you know, you're trying to make these people add up to 10, but they never add up to 10,
yeah.
you know, and I've gone even past it. They add up to 12 or they just add up to 2, you know, they just don't add up to 10. No. So you've got to move past it and get out of those relationships as soon as you recognize that you're in one of those, which is never easy.
Right. Okay. So, how would you describe the biggest obstacle that you've managed to overcome solely with regards to your music?
Getting 4 people in a room.
Right.
Constantly when there's no money involved. And it's not easy when there's no money involved and you've got mortgage or you've got kids or anything like that and all that you've got is the love of music.
Yeah.
That's the biggest challenge to overcome.
Yeah.
And it's not easy because, you know, the daily grind of having to get up and go to work and all of that sort of stuff, and you come home, you've got kids or whatever, and then you've got to go out and you've got to rehearse, and then you turn up to a venue and, you know, there's 3 people there or something. You know, you kind of like, you get flat, and thank goodness that's not happening with this band yet. Like the 3 people there, we've had couple of reasonable gigs so far, but I've been in that position before where you rock up to a venue and, you know, there's 5 people in the audience and you know 3 of them. It's a hard grind, and it's just one of those things that you've got to, you can only do it if you love it.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So this is the point where you get to give shout out to anybody at all. Go for it.
Okay. I'd love to shout out to my producer, Ernie Oppenheimer, because that guy just is incredible. Without his work, the songs would not sound anywhere near as good. He puts in time and a half for less than a quarter of the money. Yeah. And his ear is incredible, and he is a mate over time, and he does do me good deals, but he does that for a lot of people, and he's unrecognised. And I only just found out before we got on here that George Martin died, and to me he's my George Martin in that sense. You know, I'm not even going to compare the two of them because it's uncomparable, but for me he does all that extra work, and he's on the EP. He doesn't actually just produce it, we produce it as well, but he's mixed it, he's actually got in there, he's put stuff in, he's taken stuff out, he has, he's shaped it to be the way it is.
Wow, that's brilliant. Hey, it's been lovely having you on our show, Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio 1.
It's been my pleasure, Emmy. It's fantastic that in this day and age we can be on opposite sides of the globe and be able to do this kind of thing. It's very cool. Yeah. We as a human species are incredible, you know, like all of this technology. You know, for all the bad stuff that goes on in the world, we are still amazing, and if we can just get past some of the stuff that goes on, you know, our future is bright. That
is very true, yeah. Oh, it's been lovely having you. So I've been Emmy Hikins, and you've been listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Have a lovely week now.